Major news tonight in Calhoun County. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a portion of the Kalamazoo River will reopen for recreational use, but only a small stretch is reopening, 3 miles near Marshall. 36 miles to the west of Marshall remain closed. 24-hour News 8's Mark Thompson just got back from the meeting where the EPA laid out the timetable for the rest of the river to open. He joins us live in studio control tonight. Mark?
Sue, that announcement came as good news to the 200 people who were in attendance. But to put things in perspective, EPA officials told the audience tonight that 840,000 gallons of crude that spilled into the Kalamazoo River, well, that was enough to fill the entire Marshall High School gymnasium with 10 feet of oil. So while they have made significant progress, there is still more work to be done.
We've put some of those segments into phases.
Officials with the Calhoun County Health Department made the big announcement of the night. A 3-mile section of the Kalamazoo River from Perrin Dam west to Sailor's Landing will reopen to the public tomorrow morning. 2 information kiosks will be set up at both ends of the open sections, and a series of warning buoys and security will be placed throughout. Now, people can fish, but a no consumption advisory is still in effect until further tests are completed by the DEQ. Boaters may encounter work crews in the area and could notice oil sheen on the water as the cleanup process is ongoing.
I'd be out there today if I could.
Reinhard Pope lives along the river in the very heart of the affected area. Back in July of 2010, when the oil spill occurred, he says,
It was terrible when it first happened. I mean, there was terrible smell of thick oil on the water. You really couldn't even see the bottom of the river. It was just like an oil flow. I couldn't even stand to be outside of my house for more than about 5 minutes, or I would start to get a headache.
But over the 21 months since, he's seen significant progress.
The water birds are back. We see swans feeding in the river. I go down to the river and I see fish, even small bass and whatnot, so apparently they've successfully spawned. I haven't seen any oil sheen in quite a long time.
EPA officials say the cleanup of surface oil in riverbank areas is complete, but there's still a lot of work to be done cleaning up oil that is submerged and embedded in the sediment. And for that, the EPA is now shifting strategy. Last year, they aggressively disturbed the sediment, forcing the oil to the surface where it was collected. Now they're taking a slower approach, placing sediment collection devices along the river and letting the current force the oil in. They say this will do less harm to the environment in the long term. And the rest of the river will be opened in a series of 3 phases. The next phase should open the next section by June, and the entire 40-mile section of that river could open by the end of summer. But of course, that timetable could change. Now, Enbridge estimates a total cleanup cost of more than $700 million. Back to you.
Mark, thank you for that. The National Transportation Safety Board tells 24-hour News 8 that the final report on the Kalamazoo River oil spill will be finished soon. That report is likely to be released this summer.